What's up, guys? I'm Josh Mosiman. Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 124, presented by O'Neill Racing. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're at Fox Raceway. It is 18 days away from the first round of the Pro Motocross series. By the time this video comes out tomorrow, it'll be 17 days away, so just over 2 weeks. Crazy to believe. Yes, we just had Denver Supercross last weekend. Yes, we have Salt Lake City Supercross coming up this weekend. But man, my heart and my mind is set on Fox Raceway National coming up in 2.5 weeks because I'm gonna be racing. I'm so excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Last year we did 4 races on 4 different bikes. 450 Nationals. I raced a Honda at the first one. I raced a Kawasaki at Hangtown. That was pretty tough. Honda and Kawasaki, completely different bikes. I had to race them back-to-back weekends at the Nationals. Then I raced a Husqvarna FC 450 at Washougal, lowered chassis, and then I raced a KTM at the last Paula round. So 4 rounds, 4 different bikes, but 2 of them were Austrian bikes. So that kind of, even though they were different, they were still pretty similar. Different suspension, different pipes, blah, 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 but they were still pretty similar. This year, we're making it even tougher. I'm doing the Yamaha 450 at the first round, Honda Sierra 450 at Hangtown, and Gas Factory Edition at the Thunder Valley round. So 3 rounds, 3 different bikes. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Today we're testing some suspension on the Gas. We got the Yamaha here, we got the Honda here. We're in the middle of testing and getting ready, but we are so last minute. Motocross action keeps me so busy testing different bikes and covering the races that I don't have a ton of time to devote to testing and getting ready for these races, but we're gonna make the best of it. We're gonna see who's out here. We got KTM's here, we got the Pro Circuit team here today at Fox Raceway. Trevor Nelson behind the lens, gonna get some clips of the guys who are riding and getting ready for the Nationals because it is almost here. So most guys are gonna be really focused on outdoors this week. They're gonna go to Salt Lake City and finish off the Supercross season. Obviously, heartbreaking issue seeing Eli Tomac go out. Such a bummer for the entire season. People have pointed at his Alpine Star boots, wondering, hey, is there something wrong with the boots? Well, I can tell you guys, Alpine Stars makes super durable, super stiff, and super strong boots that are just solid. Everybody, almost all the pros wear Alpine Stars, but they do custom make Eli Tomac's boots. So very surprising to see him go out with that injury. One thing to note is they do make foot pegs that would help him out. Fastway Foot Pegs makes the EXT ankle savers. That would have helped Eli Tomac in that situation, but still a fluke situation, not something you ever see. I mean, you see guys over jump and case jumps so often in Supercross, and they never tear their Achilles tendon. My wife saw it on TV, watching it with me, and she's like, yep, he tore his Achilles, minutes before they announced it, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. So Tomac is out, he's not racing outdoors, probably won't be racing the Super Motocross rounds unless some sort of miracle happens. I know it takes a long time. It could take up to 6 months to heal from that sort of injury, but here's a big topic I want to bring up to you guys. Cooper Webb last year got injured in Supercross. He didn't race outdoors. That re-sparked motivation in him to continue racing for more years. That relit the fire inside of Cooper Webb. He had thoughts of retiring. He had doubts in his mind, but that season off relit the fire inside of him. Now I'm wondering, is that same thing gonna happen with Eli Tomac now? Will this season off, with him completely checking out of racing, he's not gonna be really watching too much racing on TV, he's completely not able to train as he's dealing with a torn Achilles tendon in his foot, maybe this summer off will relight the passion and make him race for 3 more years. That's a hope that I have here as a motocross action test rider and as a media guy, as a journalist who follows the sport closely. Hopefully this injury won't end his career, but maybe re-spark it and help him to continue on for a few more years. If you think about it, Eli Tomac having this whole summer off to let his mind recover, let the rest of his body recover while his injury heals, that's a good recipe for more Eli Tomac in the future. That's what I'm crossing my fingers for and hoping for to see him back on the track in 2024. But otherwise, looking ahead to SLC, Salt Lake City Supercross this weekend, it's gonna be the Lawrence brothers' last race together. Jet Lawrence, his last race on a 250 before he moves up to the 450 to race here at the Fox Raceway National. So glad to see he's racing a 450 because there are so many guys injured and so many guys who aren't racing the outdoors this year in the 450 class. So at least we'll have some excitement with Jet Lawrence jumping up there to battle with Chase Sexton. Dylan Brandis is coming back from injury to race outdoors. He was the 2021 Outdoor National Champion, so that's gonna be exciting to see. Long story short, Salt Lake City is gonna be fun. We'll see if it's a duel between the 2 brothers. We'll see who comes out on top.
I am helping Josh today, Tuesday, Paula. I'm practicing working on his bike for the Nationals. We're both gonna race Saturday, Sunday for fun, get some seat time, hopefully get some ruts, get used to some bigger jumps. Yeah.
All right, so now we're in another area of the Fox Raceway track. This is kind of like the MXA studios, it's MXA style. We go off into the quieter section of the track. So this is the pit bike track. This thing, I didn't even know they had an over-under on the pit bike track here, but long story short, I want to talk a little more about Supercross because Ken Roczen just announced that he is racing the World Supercross Series for the HEP Suzuki team this year. He's skipping outdoors, he's gonna race World Supercross, and he's committed to do World Supercross for the next 3 seasons. Now that is pretty wild, pretty crazy, but it's almost expected. Ken Roczen is doing so well in Supercross. He's had a lot of health issues in the past. It's been hard for him to finish a series strong. Now he's doing better and better and continuing to improve with each race. For him to start over and race outdoors right now and have to develop the bike for that, I mean, it's a big, heavy task where he could go to the World Supercross Series and he has a lot more time to prepare, continue with the Supercross setup that he already has, and get paid big, big money while racing a lot less. Seems like a pretty cool program for Ken Roczen. I'm happy for him. Bummed though for the Pro Motocross Series because now we're not gonna have Roczen on the line with us at the Nationals, so that's a bummer. When asked in the press conference, when he announced it, I was in there, we were asking questions. Ken Roczen said that he is riding outdoors and using it as practice. I think that's great. I think Supercross riders, for them to ride outdoors, gets their speed and intensity up, helps them for Supercross, so that's good. And he said he's having fun on outdoors and there is a chance that he could come race a 450 National at some point during the summer. But it would only be if he feels good, and it would only be kind of on a whim, hopping into the series for a round or two, and that's it. So hopefully we see him at some point, but he's not gonna be racing all 11 rounds of the series. So one thing that Ken Roczen did say is that he wants to do the Super Motocross playoff rounds. That's a deal that he made with World Supercross and with the HEP Suzuki team. There's big money at those 3 rounds here in the US, and he wants to be a part of it. Well, right now on the schedule with the World Supercross Series is an Asian round, and that is on top of one of the playoff races. Then the location for the Asian round has not been announced. In my perspective, if Ken Roczen's saying he's doing Super Motocross playoffs and World Supercross hasn't announced the location yet, that means that round probably won't come to fruition. So this World Supercross Series will be 1 round less than they projected this year, but still, World Supercross, they got Ken Roczen, so they got a lot more fans that are going to be coming to those races and a lot more excitement coming to those races with him. So today we're at Fox Raceway. It was a good day of riding. I'm continuing to ride. We also brought my road bike out here. It's a Thomas Sliker Pro Ultimate, and I just mounted up some Maxxis tires on there. Maxxis is sponsoring us for the Nationals. They're supporting us from the vehicle that takes us to the race, on the track, and the vehicles that we use to train. So Maxxis, they just gave me some tires yesterday for my van. I'm gonna mount them up and use those to drive. Josh Fout is going to drive from here to Hangtown, and then from Hangtown straight to Thunder Valley. Maxxis Tires will be running their tires on our bikes at the Nationals, and we're running them on our road bike while we're training in between here and there. Thomas bikes, that thing is so sick. It is super aero, all red, and pretty cool. If you want to order one of those bikes from Thomas, you can actually custom get your colors. You can custom design which color bike you want. So I'm a huge road bike fan. I don't get to road bike as much as I used to, but I love it. So super stoked to have them supporting us and excited to continue moving forward. All right, and then I already touched on it at the top of the video, but 3 different bikes for 3 different Nationals, 3 weeks in a row. Josh Fout, he's racing amateur day at Hangtown and Thunder Valley. It's gonna be a lot of fun. He's gonna be my mechanic on Saturday at all 3 races. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's a lot of work. Maybe not a good idea for my safety and for racing and for results, but it's more fun to talk about and more fun to do videos. So I hope you guys enjoy and will follow along for the ride. Let us know in the comments what you guys want to see from the Nationals. If you want to see onboard camera from our Insta360, footage from the races, if you want to see behind the scenes from the starting line, the pits, if you want to know more about the bikes, let us know in the comments, because I'm excited to share those races with you guys and excited to see how I can do. 3 different bikes, 3 different rounds will be a lot of fun. So thank you guys for tuning in to This Week in MXA, presented by O'Neill Racing. We're in the Prodigy kit today. Thankful for you guys that tune in every week. Let us know in the comments what you guys like. See us on Instagram as well, at Motocross Action Mag. Thanks to Trevor Nelson for filming this video. He always does a good job. We'll see you guys in the next video.